Hello everybody, welcome back by a new video. And today it's time for a video about the streetlights you can find in my neighborhood. I thought it would be an interesting video topic because I never did that before. And I decided to do a little walk, and I figured it would be a good time to do it now, since nighttime is probably more interesting than daytime. So this is the first extremely common type. It's the Philips CPS 200. We have pretty new ones here because they can be pretty old, like 20 or 30 years, but these are all around 15 years old. With PLL 36 watts. There are a few here with retrofits, with Streetlights. I know that there is one in this street, and this is just one long row of CPS fixtures. And in my neighborhood we have a lot of these tiny weird paths in between the streets. Most lit up by Philips CPS 200 fixtures again, but we have some that are closer to the forest, which have older fixtures. And here is a newer fixture. Here we have a Philips HPS 100 watt with a Streetlight retrofit bulb. Those mostly replaced these CPS fixtures, like from 2006 until say 2015. So here we have a Streetlight in a CPS, which doesn't look that good in my opinion. We only have a few retrofits here, and I don't think that when a bulb breaks it's actually their plan to put them in. I thought it was like a test they wanted to do, but I guess it failed because now they just put back PLL bulbs. But I guess or it was a test, or they just ran out of PL bulbs and used this as replacement for a bit, and now they're back onto PLL. We don't have a street that's like completely replaced with LED yet. That's about to happen. There hasn't been a replacement project here, but we do have some LEDs put in between the older fixtures because the old fixture broke or something. But luckily no complete LED streets. So here we have something interesting. We have more of Philips HP 10s in the neighborhood, but this is one that's actually in the middle of the neighborhood. I think it looks kind of abandoned. I don't know why they didn't replace it with the rest. But yeah, here's one, also on a very old pole, old aluminium pole. Kind of on this weird path here that looks abandoned. Yeah, pretty neat that these fixtures are still around that close to my house. It's kind of scary over here. This one isn't very useful anymore. Barely gets light on the street because of the trees. So you can't really see it, but here's another path where I never understood why they decided to not put streetlights on this path. And you will see that later. But we have streetlights on abandoned paths here, but not on regular footpaths. Yeah. I don't know, it doesn't really make that much sense. So this basically is one of the roads that leads to the forest, which is there, also here, but there's a highway over there. And so we have a lot of old houses in the neighborhood, and when someone moves out they demolish the house, and well, they put up new houses, but not in this place. I don't know why they didn't do it on the street yet, because they have plans to actually do it. But because of that we have a lot of abandoned footpaths with rare streetlights with Philips HP 10s. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, this is kind of the first one. So we have one abandoned streetlights and no houses anymore. There's one house over there, but that one is abandoned, I think. Yes, it is abandoned. At least looks like it. Can take a little look. It looks abandoned to me. And there we had a Philips HPS 100, but here we have an LED fixture actually. Philips Mitra. Bad quality, sorry for that. And that's pretty much the only LED fixture, I think, on this street at least. Yeah, it must be abandoned, right? Doesn't look very oh yeah, there's like, you put those signs on the houses when it's abandoned. So yeah, this one is abandoned. Also a very nice, well lit footpath. I don't know, it's just like they care less about this part of the neighborhood because it's closer to the forest or something. But as you were able to see on the other street, they put streetlights on the parking lots, but they didn't do that here. So here we have an HP10, very nice, circle line fluorescent 40 watts, and the house as well. It's actually a very nice picture. And over there we have another one. Looks very cool. Very nice with the tree like this. Very cool view. Nice vibe. And I can perfectly show the difference between like the old pathways here, because this is one of the old ones as you can see. And back here we have newer ones, which as you can see they are way more well lit than the old ones. I mean, this is very well lit, and then this is terribly lit. So this is one where they actually removed the path and the street light as well, because there weren't any houses. Aren't. And then here's another abandoned house with another abandoned HVP10. Yeah. So we're now walking to the other side of the neighborhood. This is maybe cool to show. Here we have a very old sign, which is still hand painted, which is very unique. And here we have an abandoned house again. But anyway, we're moving to the next part of the neighborhood, or walking to, and that one is a bit more different, or a lot different than lights still working on the abandoned house. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, we're going to the other side of the neighborhood, which is way more well lit. Also, they have some newer fixtures there, more LED, and also more replacements. So there's one fixture that shouldn't be there, but we also have some older poles there as well. Still kind of a mess, but it's more well lit than here. So you may ask, is this neighborhood all PLL? The answer is no, it isn't. We have two different streetlights here. As you can see, those are high pressure sodium, both 50 watts. We have a Philips SES 203 with 50 watt high pressure sodium, which you can barely see. And we have a 201 with high pressure sodium 50 watts. There's one interesting pole over here, and that's because it has a different fixture on it, and they don't even use this one in the city where this neighborhood is. That's this one, which is a Philips Industria 2000 with PLL 36 watts, but this one is gold white. I don't know why this one is here. Probably didn't plan on making it permanent. It's also on a new pole, but I think they forgot to replace it. I don't think they plan on putting an LED fixture on it, but that's why, I mean, the putting an LED fixture on there is the normal standard for when a fixture breaks here. But they mostly use those fixtures when They don't have any LED fixtures in stock, but I guess they just forgot to put an LED fixture on here, which is nice. But the color temperature is different compared to the rest of our neighborhood, so that's kind of messy. Here we have some of the older steel columns. I mean, you can't really see it at night, but these are steel columns instead of aluminium, which they mostly use here. So this is the last street I want to show, because I always found this street to be way too dark. I mean, this isn't a path, this is just a normal street, but as you can see, it's just way too dark, especially since there are like those sheds you can rent over there. They aren't well lit at all. So yeah, I think they should put like 1 or 2 more streetlights in the street, since it's just too dark here. And then here we have a close-up of one of the LED replacements, which is the Philips Mitra with LED. And yeah, that's all you can pretty much find in the neighborhood. There is one fixture that's actually in the street where my house is that has a bit of water damage. And I hope they replace that one soon. So we have the Philips Tangite here. They now use Tangite as the replacement fixture, not Mitra anymore. Which is, in my opinion, a pretty nice looking LED street light. That would be nice for a change. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day and see you in the next video.